Okay, now this program, Homeschool Spanish Academy, is simply fantastic. What I love so much about Homeschool Spanish Academy is that they aren't just teaching Spanish really well with amazing instructors, but they have a social mission. All of the teachers they hire are from Guatemala. And so not only are you learning Spanish using an immersion approach, but you're also helping uplift people in Guatemala. And so it's such a beautiful program. I want to cry just thinking about the beautiful work that they're doing in the community and, how wonderful that your child can learn Spanish and also be supporting people and helping them do meaningful work and have more abundance in their lives. So, high school families, we've covered a lot of stuff from K through 8, but I do want to give some good programs for high schoolers. So Thinkwell, if a family comes to me and says, I want my high schooler to learn math, to learn government, to learn economics, they're taking an AP course, Thinkwell is fantastic. There's a couple interviews I've done with Jasmine on my podcast. She's a high schooler who's been homeschooling. Brilliant. I mean, when you watch Jasmine, you just want to raise your child exactly like her because she's so kind and well-spoken and articulate. Jasmine is the one that turned me on to Thinkwell Homeschool. The instruction is fabulous. It's well designed. It's structured. It's just the best choice for high school math, in my opinion. This one is a little bit of a wild card, Tinker. So Tinker teaches AI, obviously. They have gamified lessons. And if you're really trying to go far in your coding, it's just a really cool pick. You can just get your kids really learning all of those skills for the future. I mean, machine learning, can you imagine your 10-year-old learning that? Pretty cool. Of course, a lot of kids also want to design video games, so this is a great pick. One of my favorite programs, this program is so close to my heart, Curiosity Chronicles. We have done a lot of work vetting social studies and history curriculum, and it's not an easy task, and here's why. There are so many different perspectives and viewpoints, and in the United States, we have tended to represent the viewpoint of one group. And a lot of parents want to learn about their group. They want to learn about Black history. They want to learn about queer history. They want to learn about Irish history, Catholic history, Jewish history. They want to learn about Vietnamese American history. There are just so many stories in the US. And then also, there's so many stories around the world. Let's not forget, it's not just people in the US who are homeschooling. We have homeschoolers in Australia. In a lot of countries, homeschooling is banned, but that doesn't mean that people aren't doing independent study. And it can just be really hard to find a history curriculum that includes the experiences of women, that includes the experiences of minorities. And the other side, people sometimes feel like programs aren't representing their voice enough, that it's too much focused on minorities. Now, this is a whole hot, contentious topic that I don't want to go into, but because I don't want there to be a huge debate around this podcast about, me and my perspective. What I really want to find in homeschooling curriculum, I'm going to be honest with you, is something that nurtures critical thinking in children, inquiry-based learning that shows them a broad perspective, that's teaching kids to think for themselves, that's satiating their own curiosity. And unfortunately, a lot of the curricula has a hidden agenda. It's not comprehensive. It's biased. I have no problem with a curriculum being biased and saying that it's biased. But, if a curriculum comes out and says this is an Asian American history program, no one is going to be annoyed that it's teaching Asian American history, which they shouldn't be. But when you are not really, when you say this is a history curriculum and you don't include any Black history, or you don't talk about slavery, I'm sorry, but you're not really saying what history is. Without going into a whole rant about that, Curiosity Chronicles is wonderful. It's comprehensive, it's well structured, it's accurate.